If you've beaten Starfields main quest, and I'm sure you would have by now, you know that New Game Plus plays an extremely important role in Starfields' overall main story. But did you know that each time you do a New Game Plus, there's a potential for you to find some really weird stuff in said new universe? For example, let's start off with what I like to call the Kid universe. Of course, major spoilers going forward, you have been warned, but after doing a ton of New Game Pluses and entering multiple different universes and all of that normal good stuff, there is a small chance that you might find a universe where every member of Constellation has actually been replaced by children. These aren't child versions of Constellation members, but rather just some kids playing dress up. Now, after meeting these strange little shitlings, you'll soon find out that every member of Constellation has gone missing, and you can go and get the artifacts yourself using that special Starborn dialogue. Now, I won't go any further than that, so let's just move on because I don't want to spoil any really major stuff for you. And very quickly, before I forget, every New Game Plus footage in this video is from Gameplayer 911. I literally could not have made this video without their footage, or at least I couldn't have made a decent video without their footage, so huge shout out to them, and of course I will leave a link to their channel in the description below for you all to check out the full scenes of these clips, but let's continue on. Speaking of kids, let's reverse that. There is a universe where you can meet an adult Cora Ko, aka the daughter of Sam Ko. She'll appear in Starborn armour and be angry that you got her father, Sam Ko, the Constellation member and companion, killed. If Sam didn't die in any of your previous universes, you can actually just tell her that and she should give you the artifacts. Otherwise, you actually have to fight her and kill her, but again, we won't go too deep into that. But of course, there are some universes that don't have anything to do with children at all. One that I've only read about and have actually not yet personally experienced is one where Angia isn't a part of Constellation and is still very loyal to House Varun and is even a zealot. Again, I won't spoil too much, but I'm very excited to hopefully get this universe one day. All I'll say is having the Serpent's Embrace trait is going to help you a lot in this universe. Now, this next universe is extremely sad. One of the saddest universes that, again, I've only seen online and haven't actually visited myself, is the only Vasco universe. Once you get to this universe and manage to fight your way to Constellation, you learn that the Hunter killed every single member of Constellation, only leaving Vasco behind. He will give you the artifact locations, and apparently he acts quite sad, proving once and for all that Vasco is in fact capable of human emotion. Now, kind of continuing on the same sad and tragic vibe, there is another universe where the Hunter will greet you, and he has killed everyone, including Vasco, Sarah, Sam, Barrett, literally everyone. And actually he will just give you the artifact locations himself, because he's apparently excited to see what you get up to next. It's very strange and was definitely surprising when I first got this universe. But again, quickly moving on to one of the strangest universes by far is what I like to call the plant universe. Again, I won't go into huge amounts of detail because I don't want to majorly spoil anything for you plot-wise, but in this universe you will be greeted by a plant named Sarah Morgan, which is just hilarious. Now, there's also a ton of different versions of yourself out and about in these universes. One of them can actually be a companion. In short, one of the, again, many universes out there already has, well, a you. You already exist in this certain universe, and you can greet and talk to yourself once you get to Constellation, and even recruit yourself as a companion during this playthrough. It's really cool, and it makes me wish I could take all of them with me through a New Game Plus and just build up an entire army of me's. Speaking of building an army of yous, one of my favourite New Game Pluses that I've experienced was where everyone was being replaced by you. You can meet tons of versions of yourselves, all through different backgrounds and members of different factions and all sorts. And when going through a bunch of New Game Pluses, this was definitely my favourite universe that I discovered. But with that said, not every version of you is going to be friendly if you keep jumping from universe to universe. There is an evil version of yourself out there. Somewhere in, again, the many universes, you can discover yourself and you're just plain evil. And you find out that you actually murdered everyone in Constellation for the artifact. perks. And it's not just kids and strange constellation teams and yourself either. There are plenty of other universes out there for you to discover. I just showed you some of the more popular and known ones. There are tons of other super subtle changes in different universes as well, like the option to sometimes skip certain quests, and of course Starborn dialogue, which actually I think has now been confirmed to have the most dialogue in the game compared to any of the backgrounds that give you special dialogue. Of course Starborn isn't a background that you can choose, but you get the point. But again, there is plenty more, and there's so many other universes apparently that I haven't even showed you. Like if you need to get information out of someone, again a nice subtle change is you don't have to go through the effort of trying to find dirt on them and going through all of their belongings, because you already know the dirt that you will have on them from your previous playthroughs. So you could just tell them what you already know and bribe and threaten them that way, instead of having to go and do basically an entire quest length search for secrets like you usually would have to. But honestly, I'm such a massive fan of New Game Plus. Like I think Bethesda handled it really well, but it definitely does need some major improving in my opinion as well. I think that you should get to keep more than just your perks, for example, because yes, in case you didn't know, the only thing that you do get to keep and take through to a new universe with you when you do a New Game Plus is your perks. So if you want to say do a playthrough where you're just constantly exploring new universes and trying to be a true Starborn, so to speak, it makes things like looting, shipbuilding, and really even just picking up credits / getting money pointless. If it were up to me, I would change how New Game Plus works in the sense that I would just allow everyone to take whatever they have on their character at the time of going through the Unity with them, especially including credits, and I'd also like us to be able to keep whichever ship we bring through the Unity too. I'm also really excited to see the kind of crazy universes that modders can come up with when it comes to this feature as well. I haven't seen anybody else talk about this, surprisingly, but modders are easily gonna do some crazy things with New Game Plus. For example, I would love to see a universe where you enter Constellation and you just see Ralof from Skyrim and he says you're finally awake, and then your character just wakes up in their Constellation room from a bad dream or something stupid like that. I'm also super excited to see if there's any new universes that Bethesda will add through future updates, or some that come with the story DLCs or whatever. But anyway, that is every little secret that I have managed to find in New Game Plus so far. So let me know in the comments what your experiences are in the alternate universes, and if you enjoyed the video, please do leave it a like, as it really helps out my channel and, you know, just myself as a whole really. And of course, if you are new around here and you want to stay up to date on Starfield content along with plenty of other single player games, then this is absolutely the place for you, so consider subscribing. I've got you covered. Lastly, as always, a huge massive thank you to our channel members. The support means the world, guys, so thank you so much for being here yet again. And with that all said and done, I thank you all so much for watching, and I really hope to see you next time. Peace.